Hello, my name is Maya Saunders, and I'm here to talk about growing up in a bicultural, biracial, and multi-religious home. I was born in Belleville, Ontario on October 26th and was given the name Maya Ansuya Shanti Emily Saunders. From this, you could probably tell that my parents thought I was going to be the only girl. I'm not. You're probably wondering, why would her parents do that to her? Coming from two races came with being pertained to two different cultures and two different religions, and my parents wanted my siblings and me to have names from both sides of the family. What am I? Human. Racially, half black, half Indian. Not half African American, half Indian. I am not from Africa, nor am I American. My mom is Guyanese Indian, born in Canada, and my dad is racially black from the Turks and Caicos Islands in the Caribbean. Having parents from two different races came with two different religions, Christianity and Hinduism. Growing up, I got many questions and comments. How can you be Indian if your mom is from Canada? Well, her parents are from Guyana, and their grandparents were originally from India. No way, you can't be Christian and Hindu. Well, that's not what my parents said. You don't look black and Indian. Well, I am. You have red skin. Can I call you red? What? No. I told my parents that you were both Christian and Hindu, and they said that you will go to hell. Why would I go to hell? I haven't done anything. It seemed as though people just couldn't wrap their heads around the idea that one household could hold two religions. I once was having a conversation with my grandmother, who was a minister, about my situation with religion. It went like this. Maya, I pray for you every single night that you will start to go to church and become a good Christian girl. But Grammy, if I start to go to church, then I will have to start going to the temple too. Maya, if I were you, I would know which religion to pick. I would choose Christianity. But Grammy, that's easy for you to say. You only grew up with one religion. Only one religion telling you it's right. I grew up with two different religions, which both sound right. No one seemed to understand what it was like. Imagine having each parent worship a different higher being, each parent having a different deity to go to for guidance, each happy with what they believe in. What would you choose? Wouldn't you feel like you'd be letting one parent down if you chose the other religion? I was lucky. My parents never forced either of their religions on my siblings and me. They always told and assured us that they would be happy with whatever we believe in. As long as we are good people, they'll be happy and proud of us. In fact, we had godparents from each religion. If you were to walk into my house right now, you'd see a couple of Ganeshas, statues of the Hindu god in charge of removing obstacles on top some of the door frames, a Bible quote here and there, and then there's my room, which has saris draped from the ceiling. Both cultures and religions are well represented within our house. Both religions were also well represented within my siblings and me, as we have all been given both crosses and ohms, the Hinduism symbol, to wear. Christmas, Easter, Diwali, and Holi, we celebrate it all. On Sundays, we aren't allowed to listen to secular music. My dad wants us to listen to Christian gospel because he believes that since we don't go to church, we should give back to God by listening to his praise. On the day of Diwali, my mom makes us walk into the house backwards so that evil spirits don't follow us in. I don't see anything wrong with our household. It's very loving, open, and giving. At first, when I heard the comments about going to hell, I was so upset. I cried. I spoke to my parents, who just assured me that I wasn't going to go to hell and that those people don't know what they're talking about. It was strange at first. My norm wasn't everybody else's. But doesn't that go with everything else in life? So why was my norm a problem? If anything, I feel I was more blessed. I got to learn about 2 different religions firsthand instead of getting the vague basics in a religion class. Some parents did not like the idea of learning about a different religion. I had a friend whose mom would pull her out of our religion class whenever we learned about a religion that wasn't Christianity. Whenever I went to that friend's house, I was constantly bombarded with Bible stories, Bible movies, questions about my faith. Like, I thought this was a sleepover, not Bible study. Eventually, the comments became just another thing in my life. I became numb towards them. When people ask me which religion I practice, I always have a hard time answering. It's not that I'm not religious, I just have a hard time picking one. Over the course of my life, I feel like I've adopted values from both Christianity and Hinduism. To me, being religious is not about congregating once a week for everybody to share the same thoughts. Being religious, to me, is about having my own personal relationship, thoughts, and beliefs with a higher being and living towards that. Some Christian values that definitely have molded me are treat people the way you would like to be treated, love everyone, and give back. Everyone who knows me probably gets annoyed with always hearing me say, treat people the way you would like to be treated. This is the modified quote of, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I almost use this quote as an excuse for being sassy back to people when they have done sass unto me. But I also use it because I believe that if initially I'm kind to people, they will be kind back in return. Loving everyone comes from the quote, love thy neighbor as you would love thyself, and giving back from the quote, give to anyone that begs from you, and do not refuse anyone that wants to borrow from you. My family is such a loving family, and there isn't a day that goes by where my parents don't give back in some form or another. For my Hindu side of the family, religion is more of a practice. It is more about how you lead your life. We are brought up believing in karma. My mom always told my siblings and me that we should lead and live a good life because karma is in our destiny. If we do good, good will come back. And the same if we do bad, bad will come back. These principles from both Christianity and Hinduism have shaped who I am today, and I would not want to give up one over the other. Society today confines us to a box of only being able to be one thing. On application forms, there is no mixed race box for me to tick. I wouldn't even be able to think of writing my religious situation in the religion section. It is becoming more of a prominent subject today and will stick out more as time goes on. I have cousins who've had to choose between Christianity and Hinduism, or Islam and Hinduism, and I have cousins who are being raised in a similar way to myself. I refuse to be just one thing. I am not just Black, I am not just Indian, I am not just Christian, and I am not just Hindu. I am all of them together. I am Maya, Ansuya, Shanti, Emily, Saunders. Thank you.